Hey everybody, it's Alison Sullivan. I hope you can hear me. The other day we had a problem with the sound, but I am just going to make sure that I'm at least broadcasting, and I seem to be. So I'll wait for somebody to jump on and tell me if they can hear me. It should be fine today, but you never know. Anyway, I'm Alison Sullivan, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in New Westminster, British Columbia, Canada, which is a suburb of Vancouver. So on the west coast here. And hopefully someone will jump on and tell me that they can hear me. So I'm not talking. Hi, Keisha, can you hear me tonight? Just let me know. Keisha's always first on. She's like my little tester. So we'll just wait and see if she can hear me. And if so, then I'll just keep talking. Otherwise, yes, great. Well, good. I hope you're well this evening. And today we're going to have another card using the Paradise Palms bundle, which is the bundle that Ange McKay and I have chosen for our class for April. So Keisha will just let other people jump on, and I will just go over to my other camera, make sure that everything is set up. So when we're ready to go, we're ready to go. Okay. And there we go. All right. Well, it just looks like it's just you and me, girlfriend. Oh, Mary. Hi, Mary. Mary is over on, no, I don't know if she's on YouTube or she's here, but I can see her. Hi, Mary. So it's Keisha and Marion and me, and hopefully others will jump on. Jeanette. Hi, Jeanette. How nice to see you here. Thanks for coming. Yay, yay. So you can see that I've, on my camera view, we've got the stamp set and dies that we're going to be using in our card tonight. And if you weren't here on Tuesday, I also shared a card then, and I will show you that card again, just to show you what we made on Tuesday so you can see it. All right. Nova Scotia. Oh, Mary, I wish I was in Nova Scotia, but we're on the opposite sides of the country here. In Vancouver on the Pacific, and you're in Nova Scotia on the Atlantic. So and we're spread out all in between. Okay, let's get started because others will join us. Okay, so let's go over to the camera view. And I'm just going to turn that so I can see. All right, here we go. Hi, Diane. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming. So we're going to be using Paradise Palms. So let me show you what comes in this fabulous class that we're offering. So you're going to have to purchase the stamp set with the dies, or you can substitute something similar. We've had similar sets over the years. And the dies, let's have a look at those. I've got some of them out that I'm going to be using, but let me just go over a few of the ones that I'm not using tonight. So some of these dies cut out the stamps. So there's a palm tree trunk. That'll cut that out. And then we've got these dies that will cut out the actual palm leaves. And then we've got this really cool geometric shape, and then just a solid palm tree. So and then a palm leaf, okay? But in addition to that, we have some grass. We have the die that cuts out the moon or the sun. Hi, Marilyn. We've got the die that cuts out this set of palms. We've got this die here, which is for the coconuts. It's kind of cool. So it's a great stamp set, and it just reminds me how much we missed going on tropical vacations, and hopefully we'll be able to do that soon. So that's the dies and the stamps that we're going to use. The class comes with pre-cut materials to complete 4 cards. You're going to get a PDF, which is going to have the measurements, the pictures, the supply list, and the step-by-step directions. And you're also going to be invited to an exclusive party where we're going to put our cards together. And that's going to be on April 25th, Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific time. In your goodie bag or your swag bag, you're going to get half a package of the artfully artfully composed. Now, let me just turn some of these over because they can be a bit distracting when all the patterns are going one way. So let's just do this. Okay, so you're actually going to get 12 6 by 12 papers. They're going to be cut down for mailing. So this is one side, really pretty. I love the boldness, but I also love the subtleness of the reverse side. So you've got sides to use, and then this is the other side. Really pretty. So you're going to get a half a package, so the equivalent of 12 sheets of 12 by 12 paper. Okay, you're also going to get a full package of our rhinestones and a full roll of the evergreen, evening evergreen. This is the 3/8 inch open weave ribbon. So you're going to get that in your swag bag. Okay, so that's all for $40, includes envelopes. I love when I get envelopes with a class, don't you? I do. All right, so let's get creating. We're going to start today with a few new colors. I wanted to introduce you to some of our new colors that are coming in a couple weeks. The first one is I've got my card base and I've made it out of the Tahitian Tide. I think that our card today is going to look like it's in Tahiti. So this is a standard 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. So that's going to get you your card front. Let's give that a nice little score. Okay. I'm also going to be introducing you to this new color, which is Parakeet Party. Now, I've got to say, it looks a little bit funny on the camera, but it's sort of like the old Kiwi Kiss, only a little bit brighter, if you remember that from years gone by. And this is actually my favorite now in color. And I just look at these together. Doesn't that just scream tropical? Hi, Wendy. Oh, so nice to catch you live. Oh, my goodness. Yes, all the way from Swansea. Okay, so those are the two new in colors. And with that, I'm also going to be using Crumb Cake. I'm going to be using watercolor paper, which I don't think I've used in a while. Then we've got this Layering Designs 12 by 12 DSP that's carrying forward to the new catalog. And then I've just got a scrap of basic white. Okay, so let's get started. Now, the first thing I wanted to do was to color my DSP here. And I'm just going to make sure that's going to fit. Yes. All right, let's grab the Tahitian Tide. And I need a little piece. Well, I'm going to use a big piece. I'm going to need a scrap piece because I'm going to probably go over. I don't want to get my surface all damaged. Hi, Jacqueline. You're not late. Hi, Kathy. I love those two colors, but I can't spell them. I know. It's like parakeet. I think Tahitian is a hard word because it's got so many vowels in it. Now, our pats are, this is a patent where you can squeeze the top, squeeze them together, and then the ink will transfer. But sometimes it's not enough. Now, for this purpose I'm using today, it isn't enough. So I tend to use the re-inker. And I just put a little dab on my tray here. And then I'm going to grab my water painter. And I want to add a little bit of water because I don't quite want it that dark. And I can add a lot of water because I'm going to be using watercolor paper. Okay, so all I'm doing is I'm just creating a little wash here. I'm doing this first because I want it to dry a little bit. Now you can use your heat gun, of course, that would dry it up too. So I'm just gonna add some color here. And I'm cutting this out, so I'm not really caring if it's perfectly laid down here because I'm going to be using a die to cut it out. Okay. So there we go. And then what you can do if you want is you can let this dry and then go in and add some darker bits if you want. But for the purpose of the card today, you're going to see that it's not going to make much difference for the purpose of my card. Okay. Now I just want to make sure that I've given myself enough of enough of a surface here because I want to cut it out and I want to make sure it's as big as my die. Okay. There we go. Just adding our blue. Isn't that pretty? This looks like the Caribbean water to me. I love this blue. Maybe Greece. Okay, there you go. Hi, Valerie. You got your new catalog. Oh gosh, I know. It's like hi, Janet. You need to it needs to be mailed with a tissue, like a Kleenex, so it'll catch all that drool, right? All right, so we've prepped our watercolor paper, and I'm just going to set that aside just so it can dry because I don't need it quite yet. Let's move that. Next up, I've got my crumb cake, and I've actually already embossed it with, let me get my, here it is. I've embossed it with the Painted Texture 3D embossing folder, and it's carrying forward, so you don't have to worry about it going away. I love it. It's just like somebody took a spackle and just, you know, like when you're laying on drywall or paste or something. It's just cool. Because I wanted to add a little bit of texture. Now, I ran this through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, but it'll only run through the large machine, the regular size, and I didn't want to just drag it in for that. So I just went ahead and did that so you can see that. All right. And I'm going to be cutting this out with the layering diorama dies. And these are fantastic. There's all different sizes of these. They look like, this almost looks like a little lake or a little puddle, or I just love it. So many things you can use it for. And on my card on Tuesday, we used the negative. Today we're going to use the positive. Okay. So let me go ahead and grab my machine. Hi, Diane. Oh, I haven't seen you in a while. Hi. We're going to run this through our little baby. And just going to set that in the middle like so. And then put our little clear plate, which I always say tongue in cheek because it's not exactly clear anymore, is it? I love the way this is just like butter, you guys. It's just awesome how it runs through the machine. Okay. So the other day we used this piece, but today we're going to use this piece. Okay. And then I'm just going to put that back on my magnetic so I don't lose it. Okay. And then we can sort of set that aside. Okay. Next up, we're going to stamp some images. So I've got my piece of basic white, and I'm going to grab Mango Melody. This is one of my favorite colors, mango. I don't know about you guys, but I like eating mangoes and I like stamping with mangoes. My mango needs a little bit of juice. So let me just, I don't like that circle. It's not quite dark enough. That's perfect. And actually, it looks kind of cool. Let me just take a sec here to show you. It looks kind of cool because it's sort of different colors, right? All in the same. So you get that. It's not just all this solid color. I also need some coconuts. And we're just going to use Crumb Cake for these. There we go. So just need one set of coconuts. Oh gosh, now I'm going to start singing that song. Lovely bunch of coconuts. And then next, I want to stamp this image. Okay, so this is one image, but I want the palms to be green and the stems to be crumb or a darker color, soft suede. So there's a couple ways you can do this. You can actually use Stampin' Write markers, and we're going to do that for the trunk, but I don't have the in-color markers yet. So I'm going to show you how I can use a stamp pad to get different colors. So what I want to do is apply my parakeet just to the top, which is hard, right? How are you going to do that? So it's okay. I'm just going to get as close to the edge as I can. And now, of course, it's also colored onto my trunks that I don't want. If you take a blender pen, or you could use a water pen, but I'm just going to use a blender pen. And if you just run it down like this, and let me grab my scrap to show you what I'm doing here, you can remove the green. Okay. I find this is the easiest way to do it. If you were using a really dark color, a really dark brown, then it would probably just cover it and you wouldn't have to worry about it. But I'm just going to show you. I just wanted to show you that way. So now I'm going to use quite a dark early espresso for my stems. And you just color right onto the rubber with your Stampin' Write markers. Yep. Easy. Easy peasy. There we go. Okay. And then we're just going to stamp that on our piece. And you can see where you've got the green is different than the stems. Okay. All right. I think that's all the stamping I need to do. So let's get this over here. Hi, Sharon. Let's get our little mini back and let's run that through. So, you know me, I've got this a little too wide. One thing about, I love my mini. I bet you all do too. But one thing you do notice is that your piece of paper can't be more than, I think it's 3 3/4, okay, or it won't go through. So let's grab our dies. So we've got this one. Now, it'll be so exciting when the magnetic plates are released because they're coming very soon. Some of you may recall that we had them and then they just weren't performing to the best of their ability. So what I like about Stampin' Up! Is that they admit that product is not quality, like the quality that we expect. So we're not going to sell it to you until we figure it out. So it has taken about a year, I think. And we've heard that it's coming. You'll see it advertised in the new catalog, but it won't be available when the catalog goes live, but pretty soon after, I think. Okay. And then we're going to put our little palms. Here we go. On there. You may ask yourself, wouldn't it be easier if I had done this on a flat surface? And I would say, well, yes, it would. But you know, sometimes you just gotta do it the hard way. Okay. Crack, crack, crack. Okay, so I'm gonna set that aside. And then the next thing I want to do before I put this puppy away is I want to just cut some grass. So let me do that. Just poking out off camera here. I'm just poking out off my little bits. Okay. And then I want to cut this grass image. I'm not sure 100% if I'm going to use it, but I want to cut it just in case I figure out I want it. Okay. All right. Let's get that through. And here we go. Okay, so we're getting there. We're getting all our little bits done. Now, I also need to cut a piece from that piece that we colored earlier. So we've got our watercolor paper. Now, originally I used the tailored dies. And just like on Tuesday where I could not find the layering diorama dies, I actually pulled these dies and I had them on my desk, but they're not here. I think I'm still struggling with jet lag, to tell you the truth. It was in Toronto. Anyway, so what I decided was, well, let's just use these dies. These are carrying forward. Aren't these cool? So these are scalloped contour dies. I love these. Look at this. You get the scallops, you get the edges, you get polka dots. Oh, just gorgeous. I love this. This little edgelet. That's cool. So we're going to use this one. And grab my machine. And I'll show you the card that I originally made using the tailor-made dies. And so you get an idea of which one you might want to use. Okay. So it's going to be a little bit different than my original concept. But that's okay. So there's my watercolor blue. Okay. And I guess you could ask, well, why don't you just use a piece of the paper? Because I didn't want it to be exactly. I want it to just stand out a little bit. Okay. And then I'm going to use that DSP, that vellum, that layering vellum that's carried forward. Love it. I'm going to use that because I got a map. So I thought, well, that'll kind of look like the map of the island that you were at. At least that was my thinking. See, a lot of thought goes into this sometimes, doesn't it? Maybe too much. All right. So let me grab all my bits. So this is my little map, and it's just going to sit in there like that. So I can see the blue behind it. Okay. And I've got my little grass. Let's grab my skizzers here, my paper snips. So for those of you who have the new catalog, are you just like, can't wait to order? I can't wait. So I'm going to do that. What do you think? I think that looks pretty good. Now I'm going to put this together in stages. So I want to just make sure I've got things where I want them. Yeah, that looks good. So the first thing I'm going to do is put some glue on here and glue it to the vellum, because then I can hide stuff behind the vellum, which will serve me well. Because you know, sometimes it's hard to glue vellum, right? Because you can see the glue and sometimes you don't want that. So I'm going to just put my glue right here. So can you see that I've got it on the green, but on the vellum side? So you'll never be able to see it, but I'll at least anchor it in that particular part of my vellum. Okay. Now sometimes I'll put little glue dots, and you've got these, if you get paper pumpkin, then you've got these little dots that are awesome, and you can't see them. Like, they're pretty invisible. Speaking of paper pumpkin, the May paper pumpkin, you have to get it. It's going to have all 5 new in colors. And be focused on that. So you want to get that. Get your hands on that cool kit. Next, we're going to put on our trees. Okay, this is very different than my concept, the one that I made the other day in preparation to share with you today. But that's okay. Sometimes you just have to, things, you know, life hands you lemons, then just make a new card, a different card. Love these little coconuts. They're so cute. Love them. And you could put them on all 3 trees if you wanted, but I just wanted them on that one. And then we're going to have our little sun. Let's pop that one up. How's everybody doing? You're all so quiet. You love the new card. Oh, I know. It's what's not to love. Diane, yours is coming probably next week now, because Easter. So there's no delivery tomorrow or Monday, I don't believe. So now it'll be next week sometime, but you'll get it in time for the launch. Okay, and then remember when we cut out our other little piece here? So we've kind of got, I wanted this to sort of look like the beach behind. So this is what we're going with at this point, right? Okay. And then I also need some sort of sentiment. So let's have a look at our sentiment. You're welcome, Diane. So let's go with happy birthday. The other day we did happy retirement. So let's go with happy birthday. I need a little block. And then let's stamp it on this fantastic parakeet. So we're going to use our Bossing Buddy or your Swiffer or whatever you have that removes the oil from your fingers from the cardstock. And we want to do that just because we don't want the embossing powder to stick where we don't want it. So this is white embossing powder. I'm a dumper. There's dumpers and dippers. And you know what you are. Okay. And let's grab my heat tool here. And let's get that heated up. I really did change quite a few of the colors. And I'll show you the first card and the second card, and then we can vote and see which one we like best. Love the font. Isn't this font sweet? I think it's so sweet. So cute. Now we want to cut that out. And I find that the layering circles dies are a must-have. You have to get the layering circles dies if you don't already have such a thing. Okay. And just put that on. It's just big enough to cut that out. And our top plate. Okay. Hi, Diane. Another Diane. Diane Schmidt. go. Now, some of you joined a little late, and that's just fine. You know where the, well, I was going to say the rerun. You know where the replay is. It'll be up as soon as I'm finished. You can also watch it on YouTube. And all my previous 7 years worth of videos are over on YouTube. Stamp Crazy with Allison if you want to go over and watch them. So there we go. Happy birthday. Okay, what are we thinking? Yeah, I think it's cute. I'll just do that offset a bit. Might wanted to put something, a different color perhaps under there. Now I'm thinking. Thinking. Not sure what I want to do. Let's see. Let me grab some paper. I think I need to do something different because this card kind of went sideways. No, don't like that together. And that happens sometimes. And you just got to kind of go with the flow and suck it up. No, see, that's the wrong color too. Wondering. Maybe the green, but that might be a little bit too bright. No, I'm going to go with green. Let me grab a piece of parakeet. I don't know about you guys, but when I'm creating, I just grab a whole bunch of stuff and go with it. So let's go with this. So let's cut this to 4 by 5 1/4 because I think it'll pop a little bit better than if we just stick this onto the blue. Okay, so put the green. Ooh, don't you love these colors? Look at that. Oh, that's way better, right? Way better. Way better. Love it. Okay, so let's get our sand. This almost looks like something you could use for a golfer. Doesn't this look like the green? You know what I mean? Like the green where you putt. The putting green is what I'm trying to say. Let's pop this baby up. It's, oh gosh, Diane, where are you that it's snowing? Are you in Winnipeg? Or maybe the Minnesota? Oh my gosh. We had snow the other day in Vancouver. Unheard of. The weatherman said it's not unheard of, but honestly, it's pretty much unheard of. And now it was a beautiful day again today. Just weird world. Could do it like that, but no, I'm just going to go straight up and down. So I've got my little beach, my sand, and I've got my images. Minnesota. Yeah, I was going to say, Diane, I think I remember you were in Minnesota. I was telling my friend Patsy, who you know, I think, Patsy Wagner, my border buddy. I was telling her that Winnipeg apparently is getting this 3-day snowstorm, and it's coming from Minnesota. And she said, well, that's good because usually their stuff comes to us. So, hi, Sharon. Okay, because Diane is here, let's add some Winkostella because that's her favorite thing in the whole world. And we'll put a little bit on one side of my brilliant tropical sunshine. Okay, so what do we think? Boy, it sure looks bright on the screen. It's not quite that bright, you guys, in person. It looks a little bit scary. But it's really beautiful and really summery. Oh, hi, Arlene. Nice to see you. Yeah, I love the colors too. These are my favorites. I was just saying at the beginning, Parakeet, Party, and Tahitian Tide. So this is the card I created today because I couldn't find my dies. So let me show you my original card. Oh, before I do that, I think we could, why not add some even more bright? These are new. These are Glossy Dots assortments. And they're in the new catalog. And let's open these up and add some bling. These ones here are Pool Party, but they'll go fine with my my design. So let's grab this off. And how pretty is this? These are gorgeous. I'm going to put 3 on. There we go. There, that finishes it off. You need some bling. Oh, thanks, Christina. You need bling, right? Look at these. I don't know if you can see them. They're just, oh, you can't see how beautiful they are. You just can't. But trust me, They're beautiful. They're like beautiful glass. Okay, so that's the card I made today, but that was not the card we were supposed to make today. Let me show you the one we were supposed to make. Here it is. This one's done in Coastal Cabana, and we've got some Bermuda Bay here. And remember where I was telling you I was using the tailor-made tags, and I can't find them. And I also like adding linen thread because I think it looks like a beach, you know, like a little hammock on a beach. It ties in. So I know this is really bright on the screen. It's not that bright in person. So which one do you like better? Do you like the new color Tahitian, or do you like the more subtle Coastal? What do we think, you guys? Card number 1 or card number 2? I'm going to wait until you to vote because it takes a while for you to catch up. And boy, is that ever looking sunny. Here, if I just turn it, I think a little bit like that. You can see maybe a little bit better. What are we thinking? Bright or a little more subtle? Both. Arlene, I like them both too for different reasons, right? Yeah. So Valerie likes this one, which is the more subtle one. Diane likes the brighter one. And got any more votes? Number 1 for Jeanette. So Jeanette's going with the new colors too. Card number 2 for Jacqueline. So we got 2 votes for each. Blue Tide. So you can't spell. Keisha can't spell Tahitian. I can barely say it. So she likes the Tahitian one. And Marilyn likes number 2. So we've kind of got a tie. We got 3 people with this, 3 people with that. I like them both. And when I take a picture of it and post it to the blog, to our Facebook group here or page, you'll be able to see that it's not quite as in your face. Okay, so let me remind you of some other cards. So here's a very subtle card. This one is made using the Pale Papaya. And then this was the card that I made the other day. Again, that's the diorama, layering diorama, but we used it as a negative rather than the positive. So we've got the positive on this card and the negative on that card. Okay. And then we all voted, and I agreed with you guys that 2 trees were better than 3 trees. So we like this one over this one, and these 2 were tied. Hawaii, I know. Arlene, we need to go back to Hawaii, don't we? We both love Hawaii. We need to go back. Maui specifically. Okay, let's come back over here. Oh, so now I've done the little, let's move this and move that so you can see it. There we go. Here we go. So we can see the 2 cards. Plus me. There I am. Okay, you guys. So, what else did I want to tell you? You can still sign up for this class now. Depending where you live in Canada, you probably will get the cards, like the card guts, I guess I'd like to say, to make the cards along with us. The other products are stuck in Winnipeg in a major snowstorm, and I'm not expecting them now until next week. So they won't get to you in time. However, you'll have everything you need to make the cards, and I will do 2 mailings. So I'll mail you out your cards, and then I'll mail you out your goodie bag. Okay, it's just the way it is sometimes. So make sure you sign up for that, and that class is $40, as I mentioned. And then and if you don't live in Canada, you can purchase the PDF, and I think it's $13. You'll see it on my my link that I'll post. And then I also have another class that's not too late to purchase for, and that is the Flowers of Friendship. And that is that fabulous stamp set with the matching punch from the current annual catalog that's carrying forward. That class is 4 cards, and it's only $22, including mailings, so really reasonable. Okay, and what else? That's our Border Buddy class. And of course, Patsy Wagner and I, Patsy from Minnesota, and I are Border Buddies, as you know. And when you make a purchase in her store or in my store, then you can you will get a free PDF with 6 cards for our featured products. And this month it's the Flowers of Friendship. And sneak peek, next month, which is May, I can't believe it's May, we're doing the tulip set. You know, that gorgeous tulip set that's in the mini catalog? It's carrying forward. to the new catalog. So we're really happy about that. So thought, well, let's share some cards with that. So I'll have a class for that and also a PDF. Okay, so I think that's it. Oh, thanks, Jacqueline. And Mary's voted for number 2. And a Facebook user has voted for number 2. It looks like number 2, which is this one, which is the Coastal Cabana, is pulled ahead. Okay. I can sort of see why. It's a little bright, but I like it. Okay, you guys, thank you for joining me. Now, normally I'm on Sunday, but Sunday is Easter Sunday. And I, just like probably many of you, are doing some family things on Easter. And so I won't be on. So the next time you'll see me is Wednesday at 3 p.m. But you never know, I might jump on earlier. I might jump on Monday. I'll see. But I'll give you a warning, okay? So no other questions or comments. Happy Easter, Mary. Happy Easter to all of you who celebrate. Not everybody does, but for those of us who do, happy Easter. Oh, good treats from the bunny. I don't know. Yeah. I do like chocolate. All right, Diane. Bye, you guys. Have a great rest of the evening, and I hope you get some creative time in this weekend. So happy stamping.